Aries had been consumed for so long with protecting his family that his duty to his land was long forgotten. Getting back to work wasn't difficult, but feeling like he was neglecting his family made him feel guilty for being the emperor. When he currently held his role as the emperor before his death was faked, he had the support of his parents and in-laws to take up some of the responsibilities. Plus, he hadn't had children, but they all have been in and out of the Land of Taroc more, even though they are the guardians of the land. They have been called to branch out on different assignments, and it has been hard for him and his family. The children miss them dearly and feeling a little homesick from the way things used to be. He remembered how excited the girls were to leave and learn to be around others outside of family, but now they all have been long-faced, especially when he goes off to work. Aries' responsibilities required him to finalize all the paperwork that comes into the towns for any services rendered. When it comes to weapons being made, water supply, firewood, and materials from earthly possessions, he kept up with the expenses, and Sag oftentimes helped with this because the town and land was so big. It was such a huge blessing to be able to spend time with his wife on the job and at home, because he felt less guilty about the time he gave to his girls, but it didn't stop either of them from having that nagging feeling of guilt. Sometimes Aries would be gone for several days out of town, and it made it even harder for Sag and the girls. When the girls were on the outside looking in at what the town could bring for them, they were very excited. But it's not at all what they expected. They spend a lot more time training and a lot more time attending school in town than they did before. Everything they learned prior to moving into their real hometown, they learned from their grandparents. And it was more fun to learn. They aren't as happy as they used to be, and now Aries and Sag both are trying to find a solution. The grandparents being there would be a quick and easy solution for them, but now it's a bit more challenging when their work goes beyond the Land of Taroc. Juggling work and home for Aries was causing him anxiety, so he decided to talk with his wife, Sag, and also the town council about delegating some of his duties to the kings and to the citizens that lived in town to give him more time to be home and work without leaving his family for days at a time. A lot of the duties were a hefty load that the guardians, their parents, took on. He realizes now how much work they really did behind the scenes, and how a lot of it was done with their families in mind. His family is on his mind, so now he's working toward finding a solution like his parents would do. Aries was on his way into town in a chariot to go over new plan designs and upgrades for the town that Pluto and Uranus designed together. The man handling the chariot and horse came to a complete stop. Aries asked,
"Why have we stopped? Have we reached our destination?"
The man handling the horse froze, and as Aries got out thinking they arrived early, he realized that the reason they stopped was because there was a wild animal on the trail, a lion to be exact. Aries froze. He then called out for desperation for his parents.
"Mom, Dad, I could really use your help right now."
He wasn't prepared to fight with a wild animal or person because he was in work attire, but this being the first encounter he experienced on a long work trip made him realize that he should be prepared for anything like his parents. He began to think he couldn't handle his position and his role as a leader because he wasn't prepared for the unexpected. Luckily, Lord Gary was on assignment in the area, and he alerted Aries that
He's harmless and we are together.
Aries went further ahead to check the scene and area before Lord Gary could reach him. Lord Gary noticed that Aries was looking long-faced. He asked,
What's troubling you?
He responded,
I don't think I'm cut out to be a leader of such a big land. It took you, Lady Kayla, and my parents to help run the land smoothly, and without the four of you, I feel hopeless sometimes and overwhelmed with work, and my girls are miserable, and to be honest, so am I.
Lord Gary responded,
You are more than capable of running the Land of Taroc. You have a whole team of brothers, sister-in-laws, and townsmen that can help you accomplish the goals you seek. You are a great leader and have been out the game a while, but you will get the swing of it. It has only been a few months, and sometimes you get it right on the first try, and sometimes you have to come up with a better solution, but you will figure it out. We will all be home soon to help in any way we can, but you will need a solution before we return.
Because we never know where our next assignment will take us and how long we would be away.
Aries agreed and continued on to his destination.